Charis video take 3. Not take 3, part 3.
Numero 3.
Does it? Is it recording on the inside of the... where the button is?
I think it's recording on this side.
I know, but is it recording from
here
see. Or from here?
Are we off center? We could just all speak that way.
Yeah, there
And
we
then
go.
Eden's cut off for most of the video.
That feels better.
Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we have our esteemed guest, Charis. Today, for our 3rd edition of Charis Comes on the Channel during Christmas, we're reacting to stupid Hunger Games theories. Cheers. Let's just watch them. Okay.
Hunger Games fans have a theory that Lucy Gray is actually the president of District 13 in the Hunger Games movies. And there's like a lot of weird similarities. Like one of them is how on earth would the president of District 13 know how much the symbol of the Mockingjay meant to President Coin unless she was the girl?
Yeah.
Like there's just these weird instances where it seems like she intentionally sets up Katniss to kind of have weird parallels and resemblances to Lucy Gray, who's also from District 12.
Yeah, I've heard theories that it could be Lucy Gray's daughter. That if she had a daughter, the age range would line up with like
That makes sense.
The belief is that Lucy Gray maybe escaped to District 13 at the end of this movie.
Okay, let's pause.
Yeah, that's as much as I want to hear about that.
First of all, they said similarities between Lucy and Katniss. That was the author.
That was
Miss Suzanne Collins.
That was
not Alma Coin. I don't know her first name.
And Coin's the worst.
Alma.
Absolutely.
Like,
not
Lucy's
Coin.
not Coin.
do we think she devolved that far in 60 years that she was like,
No.
we should hold a symbolic Hunger Games?
I really
No
don't
way.
think Lucy Gray is Coin.
Well,
There's
here's
no
the
way.
Other thing. Well, how would she know how much the Mockingjay means? Cinna created the Mockingjay motif. Like, not like created it, because Madge gave her the pen.
But like made it.
But Cinna made it into what it was. It wasn't President Coin.
Because he made the wedding dress that turned into the Mockingjay dress.
Like-
Which turned into a thing, and then it became her symbol, and then they used it to like.
And it all started because Katniss had the pin.
No, exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
That she brought from her district.
Right.
I don't know.
That coin had nothing to do with.
The reading comprehension is far too little. It's far too low in this
There's
bud.
nothing.
I put in the comments, do you think MCU theories are worse or Hunger Games theories?
Hunger Games theories.
So that one.
Well, let's let Charis read it first.
That one is basing it off of the movie. In the book, don't they have an entire party where
Let's-
everybody in all of.
This is what happens when you watch the movie and don't read the book. In the book, the entire peacekeeping corps of District 12 hears the hanging tree when she sings it at the general's party. Did you read the book? Okay, good. And then you haven't even read the book. It's just poor reading comprehension. That one's just, like I said, misinformed. It's not stupid.
Another Hunger Games theory that I've thought about.
I love this person.
That District 12 was never supposed to have a victor. Regardless of whether or not the readings for the games were rigged, we know for a fact that the games themselves are rigged. We see Haymitch schmoozing up the sponsors, talking up the game makers, trying to get them to protect Katniss and Peeta in the arena when they could easily just unalive them, discussing who in the arena the audience should root for, who they should root against. And it was abundantly clear that Katniss and Peeta should not have survived, even if they were both victors. The only reason they did survive the arena was because Seneca Crane did not blow them up when they had the berries in their hands. But what if Haymitch was not supposed to win either? Like, he also won by using the Capitol's technology against them. He was only the 2nd ever victor from District 12. And can you imagine the conversations that probably happened in District 12 after he won? Especially considering how many of them have been alive to see Lucy Gray's games? Like, Lucy Gray was probably brought up in conversation for the first time in years and years the day Hamish won his games, which is definitely not something that President Snow would want to have happen.
I don't know why I saved this
Why
one.
the Capitol did what they did with Hamish's image after the games, because they would not want people paying attention to District 12. Like, Snow isn't the only person who remembers Lucy Gray. A lot of people were alive to see her win. Snow definitely wasn't the only person who recognized the lullaby that Katniss sang to Rue in the forest. He definitely was not the only person to recognize the hanging tree. Like, Lucy Gray didn't just start coming back to haunt Snow the moment he saw Katniss sing to Rue in the arena. She's been haunting him this entire time.
I'm not exactly sure what that person
So,
said.
as far as District 12 not supposed to have a victor, there wasn't supposed to be a victor of the 10th Hunger Games.
In general.
In general. That was
Because-
the whole point of the snakes.
That's the
was
whole
that
point
she
of the
brought them.
snakes,
That
yeah.
whole, if you watched the movie and read the book,
Or read
or
the
just
book.
paid attention, Gaul comes on TV and says, even if there's no victor, I'm going to prove a point
Yeah.
and kill everyone.
I think what she said was, I'm going to do this even if it means there's no victor. Because she was...
And the only reason she did is because
the
begged-
president's
what's his
nephew
face,
died.
Snow, the only reason she let Lucy live is because Snow called her out in front of everybody in the like TV room.
Yeah.
It's the only reason she let her.
That happened in the movie. I don't know if it happened in the book. I think she did.
Yeah, it happens in the book too.
Okay,
Yeah.
I've only read it 3 times, twice in the past 6 months, so I wouldn't know. I would not know.
And Hamish wasn't necessarily supposed to win. And
Yeah,
Snow,
the girl
and
from District
President
2 was-
Snow made his life a living hell for the rest of his life
Yeah.
because
That
of the
makes
way that
sense.
he won.
Yeah.
I saw a thing that said that he like killed everybody he ever loved because of the way he won.
I saw that too. It's called The Hunger Games Catching Fire.
Yes.
I read the book. Dean Highbottom set off the bomb in the arena to try and stop the games for good. That's
That's a hot take.
a
I feel
good
like
one. That's
yeah.
a good one. It's a little far-fetched because where is he going to get access to a bomb? He was a teacher. He wasn't a game maker.
No, but he could be.
He could have
in
given the
cohort
rebels
with the rebels.
information.
That makes sense because
OOT.
he was literally a drug addict because he hated the Hunger Games so much.
Yes, so I think that has traction.
Yeah, I believe
That
that.
could
That's
be.
a good one. That's one that doesn't affect the overall story.
Yeah.
That like makes
Yeah.
sense. In the Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, there is no fence around District 12, but in Hunger Games there is. Obviously the fence is there more for control, but I think it was there to prevent people from finding what Snow threw in the lake, as well as to prevent Lucy Gray from coming back and snitching on Snow.
So I've seen that, but I've also seen that he never turns the electricity on, so that if she ever wanted to come back, she could.
Yeah. Or
Interesting.
someone who's underneath Snow said, we should build fences around the district. He said,
Yeah,
let's do
that's
it.
also fair.
That one just
It
like
was
doesn't
Hamish'
matter.
Yeah, it's like in 60, 70 years. They're like, maybe we should build fence. Everyone's running
Oh,
away.
yeah. Katniss, this is all the same video.
Yes.
Katniss doesn't remind Snow of Lucy Gray. She reminds him of Sejanus. That's a good one.
I've seen that Lucy
Oh.
and Peeta are.
Sejanus spreading breadcrumbs on Marcus's body and Katniss leaving flowers for Rue. I love whoever said that Lucy is a performer forced to fight and Katniss is a fighter forced to perform.
Yeah.
That's a really good like parallel.
Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes book spoilers ahead. There's a very popular theory
Spoilers.
that after Lucy Gray runs away from District 12,
We've
she
all
finds
read it.
District 13 and ends up becoming Alma Coin. And while that would be really poetic, I do not necessarily subscribe to that theory, mostly because of the timeline. The events of Mockingjay happen 60 years after Lucy Gray and Coriolanus have their whole thing. But Coin is described as being in like her mid-50s in the books, but there's also the fact that Katniss is an unreliable narrator, and Coin has also spent like most of her life underground and away from the sun, so it's totally possible that she was much older.
I don't.
No, they're
think-
saying her skin is that. They're saying she doesn't have any skin damage from the sun. Not the-
might not have really been sure how to gauge how
Okay, that was a double.
I don't think there's anything. I don't think Lucy would turn into
Snow.
Snow.
Especially
or
she's not
turn
under
into
the
Coin.
Capitol's power anymore.
Yeah,
she
that's
ran away,
right.
she got out, so she
It's
wouldn't be
just
rude.
I don't think there's any traction.
Yeah.
Like there's no she's like Kara said, like she just ran away.
Exactly. Yeah.
And she's not affiliated with anything.
I mean, Jennifer Lawrence.
This
like-
one's a really hot take. If Lucy Gray didn't show up to the reaping, she wouldn't have been in the games. They can't take her if she's not there.
Maybe that's
I
why
think
they
they
made her
just killed her.
mandatory.
Oh, true.
Maybe
That's crazy.
This was
Why would they
obviously
do
a
that?
joke.
I've also seen one that, like, have you seen the ones where it's like things that Snow implemented when he became president,
Mhm.
and like one of them is that the Capitol people
Yes.
made the
So that way it's
name
not
so that it's not personal. It's not-
exactly,
that's the whole
yeah.
reason Lucy was there, was because the mayor's daughter wanted her.
Not Mod.
Oh,
The mayor's daughter
Mayfair.
wanted her to be Reek, so she would be killed, so her
Ah.
By the
boyfriend
way,
wouldn't like her,
In the movie,
so she'd be out of the way.
the person who plays Mayfair is so hateable. She's so evil. Okay,
So hateable.
so here's a good one. I like this one. The arena for the Quarter Quell was built so that Finnick would win. Finnick was sent
It's
up.
water all
Yeah.
over.
Why would they want Finnick to win, though?
I mean, he
Also-
had the Capitol's hearts.
I mean,
Because they sold him for all of him. You know,
Okay.
they're all in love with him.
Well,
Do you
wait.
think the Quarter Quell was rigged?
The Quarter Quell, if you don't read it, oh, okay, I was gonna say, Catching Fire
think
is my
they
favorite
changed
book.
It. I think they changed it so that she had to go back in.
I think they didn't change it. I think that when you open the box, you say, okay, oh, it's a blank piece of paper. Let me just make up. I saw a thing that said in the 25th, it was voting because it was the rebels' choice to fight against the Capitol. The 70, help me out here, 50th. The
What comes after
50th
25?
was double the tributes because 2 rebels died for every Capitol fighter. And then the third Quarter Quell, don't know what number I'm on now, was there to specifically to prove to Katniss, Finnick, Cashmere, and Gloss.
I think it was specifically to prove to the revolution that was happening.
Exactly.
It wasn't necessarily
Exactly.
Katniss. It was just to
Mhm.
prove to all the rebels.
Because
and the
Katniss
others
didn't
who
want
were
to be
coming
a
back,
figurehead at all. She didn't want to be a figurehead.
Right.
She was just,
She's a hunter.
she exactly. It's, oh my god, it's so true. So true.
So here's my theory about Cashmere and Gloss being on the side of the rebellion for the third Quarter Quell. So I also think the third Quarter Quell was rigged, and that's why they got pulled, because in District 1 there are so many victors and yet 2 siblings get pulled that is extremely unlikely. Cashmere and Gloss were also sold to the Capitol in the same way that Finnick was, which would obviously make them have a distaste for the Capitol and Snow. And also, when they planned their attack on the little cornucopia thing, they went after the most vulnerable person who would alert them that there was an attack because she stopped singing, and I think that was on purpose to alert them that there was an attack. We all know that Cashmere and Gloss and many of the other tributes also did not want to go into the games, and they also probably would have been more on the side of the rebellion for that reason. But I don't think that Plutarch or anyone else would have told Katniss after the games that they were on the side of the rebellion, because she would have felt like it was more blood on her hands, if that makes sense. I think Katniss talks about owing people more in District 12 as well. Also, Plutarch wanted to put people in the Hunger Games to protect Katniss and not kill her, which is another reason I think they could have been chosen by him.
That's
That
a
last
good
part
one.
was the hot take.
That's a good one.
That Plutarch
That
Plutarch
maybe
chose-
all of
chose
them.
the victors.
I think it's interesting that she said, because they didn't have to kill Wyrus at the cornucopia after, when she was pinning the wire. She didn't have to be killed. They could have just killed her after they took out Katniss.
Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause she
Or
wasn't dangerous.
whatever. Because didn't Cashmere have knives? She had a projectile weapon, didn't she? Because I thought she threw one at somebody. But she could have killed Katniss. And I think that's a good point, is that they killed someone who would alert them. The careers killed someone that the other careers would know. Do you guys know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I don't know what I'm
It
saying.
drew their attention.
Draw their attention, so that way it could be like, oh no, we're coming to kill you. Oh no, we made too much noise. Guess you gotta run away now. You know.
So do you think Plutarch?
That's so sad.
Okay, so like let's say that
This is just
he
also sad.
like
Yeah.
picked the tributes, like rigged it so that
I'm
certain
sure-
tributes would be-
well-
but I'm saying, do you think he picked people that Snow would be happy with because Finnick could kill Katniss?
Yeah.
Cashmere and Gloss could
Finnick
kill
would
Katniss.
have won.
Like what I'm saying is Plutarch strategically picked people who not only would be on the side of the rebellion, but Snow would be happy they were picked
Yeah.
because they could have beat Katniss in the games.
At the same
They had a
time,
physical or
You're
some
right.
sort of advantage over
but
her.
also
not
people like
just-
Chaff, who was a drunk, who refused to have his arm
Fixed?
fixed.
Yeah.
To show that the Capitol is so brutal.
Yeah.
And what's her name from District 10? Cecilia, who has 3 kids and a husband, who it's like, yeah, we can ruin your life whenever we want
Yeah,
to.
like
Just
you're
'cause
not
you
safe
win-
just because you.
Exactly, you're not safe just because you won. Yeah.
Like what Joanna said on stage. Like,
Yeah.
you told me if I won, I'd be safe,
Yeah.
and I'm not safe.
Yeah. And it's the same thing with Cashmere and
Cash money.
Cash Money Gloss, Cashmere and Gloss being picked, they won 63 and 64, I think. They won back to back, and they were brother and sister, and they were careers, and then they were, I'm not gonna say sex work, they were sold as, you know,
right.
They were sold for
the way Finnick was.
The way Finnick was, but like they were both. It was different because they were from one.
Yeah.
Or no, they were from District 1, which is the most beloved by the second most beloved by the Capitol.
Yeah.
So they're going to be a little more endearing to the Capitol than Finnick was to begin with. So it's just funny if you think about it, how everyone was chosen. Wyrus, she has a neurological disorder. She can't keep her mind on track. She's just an old lady.
Yeah.
Who won, however, I think Beatty won the 30th Hunger Games. Like, it's just like, they're old people. And it's just odd. At the same time, they're all experienced killers. Like Hamish said, they've all won for a reason.
Yeah.
Oh, this is a good one. Katniss volunteered for the Hunger Games because her sister got picked in the Reaping, not because she actually wanted to be in the games.
I don't believe it. No, she wanted to.
I think she wanted the attention.
Glory,
I think
yeah.
that
She needed to prove that District 12
Hot
had it in
take,
her.
exactly.
She wanted to be a YouTube star after YouTube had been like decimated.
And that's what it is.
Yeah,
she
she's
was
a
on the
hunter. She
screen.
knew how to kill.
She sure
Yeah.
was.
Yeah.
Hey guys, welcome back to my hunting and gathering routine.
Exactly.
And she's also tired of that one boy following her around at home. And she was
Yeah,
like,
she
I gotta
was.
meet other people.
Oh,
Get out of here.
She said, yeah, this fan behavior. I have a
trying to
stalker.
run away with me.
Not clickbait. This one, I do not know if this person is being serious or not. I don't know. I don't know if it's a joke. New theory with the alarm emoji on the other side. Max doesn't talk because Snow cut out her tongue because she remembers Lucy Gray.
I saw that, and the top comment was, she had a stroke.
She had a stroke. It says so in the book. She had a stroke, and that's why she has trouble talking. And she's
also what? She won the 10th
She won the 11th Hunger Games.
So she's at least 60.
At least, yeah.
She's at least 60. She's at least.
She'd be like the most.
She's at least 10 years old.
She'd be at the most 70, right? And she was 18 when she went in.
Was she 18 when she went in?
In the 11th. I don't know. The highest she'd be was like 78. Do not check my math.
Plus 64.
82.
80, yeah.
82.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the highest she would have been. Oldest she would have been. So,
but the youngest would have been in her 70s still.
Sometimes old people who are not
fed
adequately, given proper health care, sometimes
just not taken care of overall.
Forced to kill a bunch of people.
Yeah, because she can talk. In the book, it's different. In the book, she can talk. It's just like, and Katniss can like eventually figure out how to understand her. In the movie, she's just mute, which is a little more effective.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just the reading comprehension
not there
is off the charts because the chart doesn't exist.
Right.
They didn't read it.
There's not. Snow had the sponsor drones changed to parachutes to avoid them being weaponized in the arena. That
makes sense.
Makes sense to me.
You're like, dang.
Snow was likely the reason the role of mentor was filled by victors rather than Capitol students and made the tributes more likely to listen.
I think it also stopped them from getting close with their tributes. Stopped Capitol people from getting close with their tributes the way he did.
Yeah, don't want to see him as people.
I think it helped define they are district and we are Capitol. It helped dehumanize them because you're not getting close with the person that you're rooting. You're just rooting for somebody you think is going to win, not, oh, I really like this person.
Yeah.
You know?
Not like, oh my gosh, I know their life story.
Right, you're betting on them because of their odds, not because you're close with
and their
them.
score and whatever.
Right.
The reaping changed to be run by Capitol escorts rather than district government to avoid cheating. Makes sense.
Or personal.
And when we get our ballot, did you guys know there's a sequel coming out?
Two.
Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes.
Is it really?
It came out in 2005.
Yeah, they're making. She's making like.
That's so exciting.
She's making a partner to Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes.
Okay. So it's not necessarily next. It's just another.
It's about President Snow, I'm pretty sure, but I'm sure she has a lot to say about the current political climate. So.
Super excited.
Gladiator arenas were changed to survival arenas to emphasize the purpose of the Hunger Games to show humanity at its primal core. I thought it was a football stadium in the books. Because I thought Lamina hopped up on top of the scoreboard and was hanging out, and then.
Are we talking about Ballad of Songbirds?
Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes? Because it was in.
I guess I pictured more like a sports stadium, like you're saying. Like you can get up
or
into
even
the
like a hockey
stands,
rink or something
like a baseball
humongous.
stadium, like a baseball stadium or something.
Yeah, definitely
big.
Because
pictured bigger than what we saw.
But it's also, if you think about it in the movie, I don't think they mentioned it in the book, but in the movie, it was they were like.
For sure.
Lucky said, "Oh, this is gonna go longer than I thought." Because if you just throw a bunch of kids into a or a circle, that's like 100 feet by 100 feet.
He was supposed to be over before his dinner was.
They're gonna kill each other in the next.
But I think the reason it went on longer than I thought is because of the
explosion. Yeah.
Because then they had access to underground that
exactly.
they didn't have access to before.
Hiding.
They had access to the stands that they could. Not that anybody utilized it, but they had access to the stands. She could. What's her face could hide up on top when she cut down. That one guy.
Rest in peace, Lamina.
She could hide up on that.
That's a good one.
Because of the bombing, she could hide up there.
Come on, Diva. You can't do it.
Oh.
Yeah, wait.
I can't do it.
Rest in peace, Diva.
What is it?
Rest in peace, Lamina. We look washed out.
I think it went longer. Because of the bombing.
Yeah, I think he was expecting it to be done in like maybe an hour.
Because like you said, you give a bunch of kids a bunch of weapons and say, hey, whoever's
at the same time,
standing
if
wins.
you think about it, if they had talked to each other, if they had an opportunity to talk to each other, well, I guess they were in the zoo, but still, they could have been like, hey, let's just agree to not kill each other.
But I don't think they could because
the careers are in there.
If you think about
it. But they weren't in the 10th Hunger Games.
But if you think about it, it's only the 10th Hunger Games.
Yeah.
It's not like it's the 75th where they're like, okay, we're sick of this shit. Like, it's the 10th and the way they casted it where they're just emphasizing these kids are all under the age of 18.
Yeah.
Like, they're kids. So, the fear
there was
the fear of what if I don't fight? What happens to me if I don't fight?
Well, they were
like,
all
that's
kids.
not even a thought.
One of them was tuberculosis on legs. She was not a kid.
Right.
She was tuberculosis on legs.
Right.
Okay, wait.
But just they're kids, so they're not thinking about, oh, we don't have to fight.
Yeah.
They're thinking, if I don't fight,
the Capitol is relentless.
They're
doing the Hunger Games.
That's what I'm saying.
So
we don't.
That's good.
I do wish they had included his friend more when she got bit by the snakes.
Oh, Clemencia?
Yeah.
Apparently there's like a 3-hour or a 4-hour version floating around the ether.
I heard. I don't know where to find it. I want it so bad.
Snow introduced the first unofficial token into the games, the compact, then had it officially implemented to remind tributes of home and motivate them to fight. These are not stupid. These are good. These are like, these make sense. Tracking devices made it easier to keep track of tributes inside and outside the arena. Snow wasn't going to allow Victor to escape into the woods after the games again. Yeah, that sounds like you read the book. But they also gave them another tracking device in
They only gave him
75th. In the Quarter Quell, they gave Katniss another tracker. I wonder if they took it out.
I think it's probably deactivated after you win. Because you're going to go back to your district and then live as a victor. Because once you're a victor, your life is on camera for the rest, especially Katniss and Theo. So they didn't need to be tracked because they couldn't go anywhere because their love life was so public. They didn't need to be tracked anyway.
Right.
Everybody knew where they were at. Everybody was so invested.
I don't know.
Just talked about
after they went home, they had a whole year of not talking to each other or touching each other until the cameras came
back. Like
exactly, but the cameras weren't there. But my point is, they couldn't just up and disappear because
this is a dark fan theory. This is a dark fan theory.
I bet it is.
The Capitol intended to prostitute Katniss like they had with Finnick and other tributes until Cinna stepped in. Actually, I think Haymitch stepped in because after the Hunger Games, they wanted to give her a breast augmentation, but they didn't. They said in the book, Haymitch said, or no, one of the two, Haymitch or Cinna, said they wanted to augment your breasts surgically, but I told them that we could do padding, and that was the highest I was wanting to go, or whatever.
It was probably Cinna. I think it makes sense for Cinna for fashion.
Esther, there's a dark fan theory that we just saw that says, hi, everyone say hi to Esther, that says Katniss actually didn't want to be in the arena. She only volunteered because her sister got raped. I never thought about it either.
That's
Can you believe it?
That's crazy.
The minds of these people.
That's what.
Okay, bye.
Bye. Also, we won.
Get off camera. The reason why Coriolanus Snow reacts to Katniss singing the Hanging Tree and mocking God, what a chatterbox, is because for the first time in 60-something years, it says 60-something.
60-something.
Yeah, this is a novel, a fan novel. There's proof that, for the first time, there was proof that Lucy Gray's legacy was alive. He was transported back to his time in District 12. He lived through the hanging tree. Last time he saw the tree was when he ran away to meet Lucy Gray. If Lucy Gray died in the forest or she lived all the rest of her days in the forest, her legacy and voice carried through generations. Even after all those years, she still haunted him. That's, I mean, yeah, you got it.
Good work.
Hit the nail on the head.
That song hurt his heart.
Yeah.
True.
Let's talk about another real one. I don't think Lucy Gray is her grandma or mother. I read the book.
Right.
In the book, Katniss's dad can remember any tune he hears and like sing it perfectly, and specifically, so can Maud Ivory. So I think Maud Ivory is Katniss's dad's mom.
I've heard that theory.
And that makes sense to me.
Because it definitely doesn't make sense that any of them are related on her mom's.
Yeah, exactly.
You're right.
Because her mom was rich and then moved to the port, to the scene, because she was in love with her dad. Our final theory is that the snakes didn't attack Lucy Gray because they knew her scent was from the cloth Coriolanus touched at the zoo. It wasn't her singing like Snow said.
It was her singing.
I agree. I think she just had that powerful.
I think it was sonic resonance. I think she actually had mystical powers and she was the chosen one.
Yes.
That's what it was.
Yes. Hypnosis.
Oh yeah. Yes. Snake charming.
Snake charming.
We solved it.
We knew she was snake
Suzanne,
charming.
let us take care of book 2.
We're writing it right now. With
I agree.
We burn.
You burn with us. Okay guys, thank you so much for watching, and we will see you next year for the 4th edition.
Fourth annual.
The 4th annual
Christmas
Charis
games.
games. Okay, peace y'all. Bye. What are these waves? Oh, no, wait a second.
Oh.